Everyone, so I'm back. This is Seldon, round 4, Germany. So just having a look at what Amund did. Purchase carrier and 2 fighters. Continuing that, he's got money left over. He kept a little bit of money aside too, interestingly. Moved into Kazakh, but no, sorry, that's Russia. What did he do? Took the Philippines. Also took C-Zone, so also destroyed Midas Blocker destroyer in C-Zone 49. And yeah, produced those there. And then round 4. Tried to take Kazakh but didn't have luck, just missed out. And because of the Japanese bombing range, could only produce 5 infantry. And Russia's now sitting at 17 IPCs, so can only produce another 5 this turn. So the choice, the real unknown that I had was whether Amund would be to take the safe move and go to 46 and consolidate the 2 forces there, and then a blocker in the Philippine Sea, or just be bold and go to the Philippines. And he's taken the bold move, which I think you've got to do if you're on the back foot. You might as well take some bold moves. If you play cautiously if you're behind, not a good recipe. I've done the odds, a full battle here now because I didn't win the C-Zone 36 battle. My submarine didn't survive. You can now pull in 3 destroyers here. Takes it to something like a 30%, 30% chance only of defeating this fleet here. So I can pretty much put the entirety of the Japanese Navy and Air Force against it, so it's all concentrated, but given there's just so many Allied resources pouring in there, it's not a very good battle. It's still a good strafe though. I actually get like a 10 IPC advantage for strafing this with 10 submarines, 2 battleships, 5 fighters, 2 bombers, 2 aircraft carriers. On average, assuming that he's going to pull the entirety of the UK fleet in here as well. So we might do this. So just historically, this is pretty similar to what the Japanese were expecting in the real World War II. They designed all their military strategy around a huge naval engagement with the US around the Philippine Sea, which sort of did happen really late on in the war, but by that time the Japanese Navy was severely depleted, and even just using unrefined oil in their ships, which means basically it destroyed the engines, and it was a one-way voyage for the ships, but they knew they weren't coming back, and it was a bit of a disaster for the Japanese. So I think we'll end up strafing that, and then I'm going to have to just, I think hopefully I can hold on to this. The risk will be he's got the 1 transport there, so there's a little bit of a risk here to try and attack Japan itself. Yeah, he's risky, so over in Europe it's a bit of a different story. If we attack this round, round 4, just show you the odds. It's only 11% chance of victory, but all the forces were designed to converge on next round, and interestingly next round we're at sort of 100% chance of success against Moscow, assuming they're going to build, they can't really build more than 5 infantry there, and assume they can somehow get a couple of extra fighters in there. So we're good to go. He'll probably therefore pull out of Moscow this turn. I built 4 bombers as well. 4 bombers will be useful a little bit later on. Alright, so, and also interestingly, he prioritised East Indies over stopping this breakthrough outflank in Africa, so I'll have some fun down in Africa with these guys too. Alright. So just 4 bombers, which is always a fun buy. So we're going to go here. Is there anything fun that I can do with this one? Not a whole lot. A little bit worried about this US transport coming in and causing, even if I retreat, strafe and drop my fleet in 60 in Germany, you can still get through and attack Japan from this side. It is a worry. Not a lot I can do about it just right now though. Unless I just let him take Japan for a turn, then take it back, but that'll be not great from an IPC perspective. It's a worry, but not much I can do about it just right now. So, this guy will go boom, boom. I could technically also grab there, but might leave it for the Japanese maybe. Alright, and this is sort of what happened. So in World War II, the Russians knew from spy, Sorkin I think his name was, that the Japanese weren't going to be invading into Siberia to assist the Germans, and it meant that they could pull all these troops back from Siberia. And the Germans also made a mistake of delaying the invasion and the thrust on Moscow for many, many months, turning around at one stage even, before realising that they should press onto Moscow. And by the time they got there, it was the Russian winter had crept in. But if those two things had changed, so if they went straight for Moscow, and the Japanese did keep some pressure on the eastern flank to sort of squeeze Russia, like we were trying to do here, they might have been a different story in the real world as well. Okay. Okay, so the aim at this turn is to have something like 50 plus units to hit Moscow next turn. Alright, so he's dead, but is he going to hit back is the question. Doesn't even really matter if he does. He does. So if you have a look at the board, once I move these through, pretty much every single unit that can hit, every single German unit produced to date can pretty much hit Moscow. Let's go there. Alright, and move this guy. This worries me a little bit. He's got this one little transport here that could do a pretty nasty attack on Japan. It's not going to be pretty. Maybe it's even safer to send him there. Those guys there, maybe they might be able to do some good over there. Alright, so that's what the board looks like at this stage. Pretty much every German unit's going to converge on Russia. Even the units we're producing now, which will be a bunch of bombers, should all be positioned to strike at the same time. And we're pressing into the underbelly over here too. I would, if I was Amund, I would be sacrificing some UK fighters to knock these guys out, because they're going to cause a lot of IPC issues in the near future if he doesn't. But anyway, let's try that. I think we're set to lose anti-air first. Okay, we're going to put this guy actually, not sure what that's going to look like. so let's, I might want to use them possibly against even UK next turn, depending how things go. So let's 1, 2, 3, 4, can land in the Baltic. Alright, well there we go. Just going to make sure that they're safe here, but that's a slightly better spot sometimes. If you're going to place bombers, you can place them in Italy. They can hit a few extra squares. Alright, there we go. Just going to triple check, nothing can get through. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, Seldon, signing off.